Alright, what is up everybody? Kryllyk here, back in action, some more survival stories, good times had by all. I've been doing a little bit, not nearly enough off camera though, to be honest, and what I'm going to do is I made myself a tool forge with a few iron blocks and whatnot. Pretty straightforward, easy to make, but we're going to make ourselves a hammer. So I went with bronze for the hammerhead, and I just made up some plastic large plates. Now, one thing to consider with the plastic large plates is you do need, so for the most part it says you need 8, right, on here. Material cost of 8. Well, you need to double that when you're talking the plastic sheets. So keep that in mind when you go to build it. And just a simple iron tough rod. Oh, is that really the mining speed? It's that slow. Holy cow. That's okay. Alright. Hammers up. Okay. There we go. At least we have the hammer, and I'm going to work my way down because, yeah, we got some good loot and whatnot across the board, but I have not found any diamonds yet, and it is about that time. We need some goodies. Simple as that. So, I'm going to make myself a beautiful, beautiful staircase, just like so, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Alrighty, so still no luck on the diamond front, but I figured, you know what, I'll bring you back in for a quick little update. I've kind of repaired some of my stuff. I put a creeper head on my hammer. My hammer's already leveled up once. That's how much I've used it. And I'm just about to go back down, and I figured, you know what I need? I need my digger's backpack. That's right, because, well, basically, the reason I had to come up was I was full on cobblestone and dirt and all that kind of stuff. And I'm still in the position here where I do actually want to keep those items. So, hi. Thank you. Thanks. I still cannot mine Certus quartz. I don't even know, by theory, if I can actually mine the diamonds. Do you know what I mean? Like, I honestly don't know. I might not even be able to. So, yeah, I hope I can. But anyways, I'll be back once we get a little bit closer or I find something worthwhile. And I've dug a lot. I'm starting to think Iskall, like, turned off diamonds for me or something. Because look at this. No diamonds even in here. Alrighty, here we are, and guess what? We found diamonds, that's right, and we got lots of other nice and great loot. Look at all that spare iron and you name it. Now, I mean, Tinker Smeltery, we've all done that, haven't we? Yes, we have. We've all done that, and I want to get to this building. I want to start getting, you know, a bit of a base of operations down pat and whatnot. But in the meantime, I kind of need just a simple little setup to process some of my ores and get things moving in the right direction. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with a very simple little system from Ender.io and extra utilities. This guy is pretty fundamental, but you guys, I mean, most people have seen something like this. So what we're going to do is we're just going to make ourselves a couple furnace generators from extra utilities. These guys are really nice. I think for right now, where was I thinking about doing it? Was it right in this wall? I think it was. We've kind of improved all of our tools a little bit as well, which is super awesome. Yeah, I think it was right here. I was planning on putting it right there. Okay, and basically I was going to slap down the generators like so. So basically these generators, they use a bit of coal for the most part, or charcoal, to function. Okay, nothing too crazy. You just throw her in and she'll start building up some power like so. It has an internal buffer of 100,000 RF, or redstone flux, if you're not familiar with the mods. And you can see that it's generating about 40, and there's a time remaining per charcoal that it burns. So we're getting about 20,000 RF at 40 RF per tick is what it's saying. So as soon as that hits 20, the time should run out. Bingo, it used up another charcoal, and it should start going from there. Not too shabby. This will do the job very, very nicely. It will function, and it'll actually do things quite well. Now, those two together, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful little things. But we now need the items to grind down the ores that we harvest, as well as smelt them up. So what we're going to make first is a sag mill from Ender.io. Very nice items. I love the Ender.io mod, especially now in 1.7. It is amazingly made. Absolute great mod. But we need a piston, but we also need one of these machine chassis with a basic capacitor. Not too bad. We should be able to do all of this, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm actually going to make a couple of these. I wonder if I can use the gold coins. That is interesting. Let's find out. Boom, 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 boom. Like so. Can we use these? We cannot use the gold coins. Okay. Because sometimes the gold coins, let's see, we can smelt the gold coins into a gold nugget. Okay, that's what it is. Alright. But for right now, we'll just get ourselves some simple gold nuggets, just like so, and get our basic capacitors. Capacitors are basically what, makes Ender.io function, right? Now, from there, we need a little bit of iron and some iron bars. So, tapping a little bit into the iron supply, but not too shabby. 14 iron should be enough to get us the 2 machine chassis. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. Beautiful. 2 machine chassis. That is perfect. That is a great little start for right now. And then we're going to get our sag mill. So some flint, a little bit more iron. We're going to need about 5 more pieces here. We're going to need another piece of redstone, a little bit of cobble, and you guessed it, maybe. Did you? We're going to need some wood. There we go. Piston. Piston, piston, piston. Good old vanilla Minecraft. It always lingers around. There we go. We got our piston. We got that. We got that. We got our chassis. Oh, and I forgot the flint. There we go. Last but not least, a little bit of flint in there. Sag mill is a beautiful, beautiful thing. Let me just say that. All right. Now, for the sag mill for right now, I'm going to slap it down. Yeah, you know what? Let's slap it right there, right beside the furnace. So you'll see that this guy is starting to take the power from the furnace that we had built up in the buffer, which is great. That is one way that you can do things, and it's going to be the way that we're doing things for right now. The other one that we need is the alloy smelter. So a little bit more iron, if I'm not mistaken. That is 11 more pieces. We need a cauldron, like so. We need our furnaces, our chassis, and 4 iron all around. The alloy smelter, I'm gonna put it down right there for right now, and it'll start stealing the power from this furnace. All right, good stuff. Now these, you'll see, have a buffer of 100,000 as well. So by theory, if I were to fill these completely up, let's see, it's at least 5. This one should be 7, and this one should be 8. Okay. Once those coal completely fill up, this will fill up completely, and then this should be full as well. So ultimately, we have about 200,000 RF worth of power that we can burn through. Now, the sag mill does exactly as I made it sound. Basically, I can put in iron ore, and it will grind it up into iron dust, basically, or pulverized iron, whichever you prefer, like an iron powder. And then from there, you can smelt down that iron powder, okay? But there is one other thing that I want to get before we go any further, and that is an energy conduit. Now, an energy conduit is basically something that will transport your power for you over a longer distance. Now, to make that, we need a little bit of conductive iron. which you'll see here in the alloy smelter. We need a little bit of iron and a little bit of redstone. Now, we don't need too much of this. We only need 3 by theory. I am going to make 6, though. Okay? Just because. Now, there's a few different things that you can do with the alloy smelter. And you'll see here, you can look at all the recipes, and there's 209 of them. So feel free. If you want to look through them all, that is your choice. You can also set it so that it's not always active or stuff like that with redstone. You can also set up a configuration where using your left click, you can kind of maneuver around the picture, and using your right click, you can set what happens from different areas. Okay? We're going to leave that pretty much blank for right now, though. And then there is a furnace mode. So furnace modes are really important to the alloy smelter. So you'll see here all smelting. That means that it'll do alloys and work like a vanilla furnace. Okay? Then there's the alloys only setting, and then there's also the furnace only setting. So you can definitely use this in multiple ways. But I'm going to throw in the iron and the redstone, and it's going to start smelting down. Now, this alloy smelter is faster than a vanilla furnace. So I highly recommend getting rid of the vanilla furnaces as soon as possible. Just saying. That guy is going to be nice and full. And this guy should be draining out pretty decently. Yeah, not bad. We still got a little bit of coal cooking, so it's kind of equaling out. And we're coming upon a nighttime. Coming upon a nighttime, we luckily got some haste on our shovel a little bit earlier. I was doing a little bit of terraforming, nothing too crazy. Now, you guys also saw the conduit binder, alright? This guy here is made from a binder composite that you cook up. Now, a binder composite is some gravel, some clay, and some sand. Alright, let's see what we can do there. So let's do a little bit of this. Let's do, that much type thing. And we do have some clay. Excellent. Okay. I wasn't sure, to be honest. There we go. Clay binder composite. Now, you do get a decent amount of this stuff. So keep that in mind. You don't need to make too much of it, but you do get a decent amount. And as you can see, this stuff does take some time. It definitely takes some time. Alrighty, there we go. We have all of our conductive iron. Now, I'm going to throw in the binder composite. Oh, wait, I can't. So this is, again, an example of the furnace mode. As you can see, it also cooks 3 at a time, though, which is very, very nice once you are on furnace mode. But we do have our 6 conductive iron, which is beautiful, might I add. And we're going to implement a little bit of a wiring scheme here. But I think in the meantime, one thing that we should grab, and it's a very, very useful utility. There we are. The Yeta wrench. Oh boy. Electrical steel, hey? Maybe we'll just go with a different wrench. Well, I kind of want the Yeta wrench. Okay. Let's get the Yeta wrench. We will get it. Don't worry. Let's get a little bit of this, like so. Bingo. Our first energy conduits. Oh yeah, looks good. Alright, so I want to wait for my wrench. So let's get a little bit of coal. How much do I need here? So basic gear is really easy, but we do need 3 pieces of electrical steel. So that's another alloy. So we need silicone, pulverized coal, and iron. Now, pulverized coal is exactly as you imagine it, right out of a sag mill that we've already built. But the silicone is also done. Okay. Alright. Pulverizer. You can do it with clay, redstone ore, or you can do it with sand, but there's only a 50% chance in a sag mill. Apparently 100% in a pulverizer, though. That is very interesting. So let's get... let's try a little bit of sand. We'll just throw it in there and we'll see if we get a little bit lucky. As you can see, we did get 52 conduit binders from that thing. So keep that in mind. You do get a decent amount. Alright. We'll throw in a couple pieces of coal. grind that up as well. There we go. Oh, we get 2 per. Well, dang it. Alright. And we also got some sulfur, which is very nice. We'll throw in a little bit more of that. Get a few more pieces of silicone. Throw that sulfur in there, I guess. Really? Really? You shorted me, didn't you? Let's see how it is. I put in 4. It says 50% chance. I don't know about these odds already, but, really? There we go. That'll work for now. It's fine, guys. It's fine. I know I can use clay and a couple other things that are a little bit better, but, you know, it's one of those things. So we're having it on alloys, and away we go. We can start cooking up our electrical steel. We might as well do all 4, because, well, I said so. That's why. Alright. We're doing pretty good. Let's get our basic gear done up. We need a couple sticks and some cobble. Very, very easy recipe. Just like so. From Ender.io. Not bad. And we will make our wrench. Alrighty, so here we are. Let's get ourselves our wrench, just like that. We will be using this guy a ton. And as you can see, when you hover over it in the bottom left-hand corner, you can see a few different things. And if you hold down shift and your mouse wheel and a couple other things like that, you can kind of tweak it and do certain adjustments. The other thing that you can do is exactly what I just did right there. You can shift right click on an item, like the sag mill, and it'll keep its power and everything, and you can move it around quite easily. Alright? No pesky mining or anything like that. There we go. Keeps its energy and everything. So now all we're going to do is we're actually going to just run our cables, just like so. Bingo bango. Every place that you see the little face, that's where the power can come in and out of. Now, with these power cables, you don't really have to set an in or an out or anything like that. It'll automatically just do both if the device can accept it. So more or less, we now have both of these furnaces, or these generators I should say, ready to go and ready to power both machines. So if I'm using one more than the other, we can do that. Now the other thing, now that they're side by side like this, I can take my sag mill and I can set this to be a push. And what's going to happen is, let me demonstrate here with a little bit of iron. So when you hit U on iron, you're going to see multiple different recipes. And here's our sag mill. Okay. Now when you put in a piece of iron ore, you're going to get 2 pulverized iron. You have a 5% chance of getting some pulverized tin, which is nice, and you have a 10% chance of getting some ferrous, and then a 15% chance of getting some cobblestone. So there's actually 4 different outputs that you can get from one iron ore. This is one of the reasons why I really enjoy the sag mill a ton. The other reason I enjoy the sag mill is it has this extra little slot up here. Now what you can do with that slot is you can put something like flint, for example, and what'll happen is it'll actually improve the output of the sag mill. So it improves it by 120% with flint and has a bonus output of 125%. It also reduces the power required to operate the sag mill. It's highly, highly recommended that you put in some flint at all times. Alright, just saying. And you can get flint just from simple gravel. And I believe you can even do it in a sag mill. Look at that. You can even get a bonus 10% chance. And you can also get a little bit of sand. So I'm actually going to do that first. What we're going to do is I'm going to try a flint. And I want to see. I do not want to push though. There we go. Okay. Good. So we'll see. We're getting some flint. We should have reduced power consumption, and we should get a ton of flint from this. Maybe a little bit of sand, maybe a little bit more flint, right? And that way we can fill this up as well so that we get good production on our iron ore. Now, the next thing is we can set these guys up to completely operate with almost little to no issue. So I'm going to get a simple little chest and throw it on top of the alloy smelter here. Oh boy, it's becoming nighttime. And because I configured this to a push setup, any output that finishes in the furnace, which we're going to set to furnace only mode for now, is going to automatically be pushed into this chest that I cannot open because there's a dirt above it. Pretty good stuff. Pretty awesome. I'm sorry if this feels a little tutorial-y, but I wanted to kind of get through the basics here a little bit and get things somewhat set up, okay? So we're doing pretty good overall. We have some power. We are wasting a little bit of power doing this gravel, though, okay? So I'm actually going to pull the rest of that out. That should be enough for right now in flint, and we're going to just throw the flint in the top there. And what we're going to do now is we're going to set this up as a push. And I don't remember if I have to set that as a pull, but we're going to throw in the iron ore. Okay? And I'm going to stock these full of some coal. Okay? Good. It automatically pushed the items over into the furnace. Now you'll see, once I remove that block that I was already complaining about, we should already have a bit of iron in that chest. Excellent. That is exactly what I wanted to see happen. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of my ingots and I'm just going to put them in this chest for right now, just for sorting purposes and whatnot, and it's going to make it nice and straightforward. We should see a lot of iron, and then, you know what, we're going to get some smooth stone, because that'll push that over as well, and I am perfectly okay with that. A little bit of smooth stone is actually nice to have around anyways, so that's good. Now, one of the other things that we can do, well, do we want to? Yeah, let's do it. Okay, we're going to tweak this setup just a little bit. You can shift right click and remove the power conduits as well. And I'm going to slap this furnace above that one, just like so, and like so. We'll connect it with the power. Alright, so we still have them all connected up. They stack nicely. It's good. Now what we're going to do is I'm actually going to set this up as a pull on this side. Okay? And what I'm going to do there is just another little chest. Nothing too crazy. Just like so. And we can actually put all of our iron ore, for example, in that chest. And you'll see that it already started pulling some. So it'll keep this full. Completely full. And this will keep on producing until we basically run out of iron ore. Now, the next thing that we can do is we can do all the other ones as well. Right? We can do them all. So we're going to do it right now and kind of set up a bit of a queue. Alright, so all of this is set up as a bit of a queue, ready to go. As this finishes stuff, it's going to push it over. This will cook it. Away we go. Very nice system. Very, very handy. Very nice. I love it. It's perfect. It's exactly all that I want right now, because Tinker's construct requires lava, and I don't feel like going and getting lava yet. So we're probably going to avoid lava power and stuff as well. We're going to do a couple different things and implement a few different things. But anyways, that is the process. We are set up. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I know it was a little tutorial-y. I do want to get to some of the building and stuff and get some of that implemented in, but all in due time. We need to get some base resources gathering down and whatnot and go from there. So, thank you so much for watching. Have yourselves a great day. Slap that like button. Bye-bye for now.